Hey everyone, so this is pre-IV, episode 14, which means this is my 14th IV treatment. Still doing them, still plan on doing them. As long as they're working and we can afford it, then I'll just keep doing them. I realize there's a few little tidbits about IV treatments that you guys don't know, like how long they take, when I get to the clinic, things I might bring with me. So I always like to bring slippers. Sometimes I bring my heated slippers and I put them in the microwave, and they smell like clove and cinnamon and lavender, and they really like warm my feet, keep my feet warm. I bring a blanket. Even though they have a blanket, I like to bring my cozy blanket. And I used to bring my computer, but I don't anymore, because now when the IV goes in, I have her turn the lights out and I try and sleep the entire time as much as I can. The first IV I think took almost 3 hours, and then we increased the rate and it went to about like 2 hours on average. Okay, so I get in there at 12:15 and I generally have the IV by 12:30, 12:45, depending on how much talking we do, or if we do the talking while the IV's in. And lately I've been leaving at about 2:15, 2:30. So that's kind of the time frame. So I'm basically there from 12:15 to about 2:30, and that covers the IV and any talking that I need. Ooh, my arm's getting tired already. I should bring my tripod with me. So those are just some little tidbits. I do, like I said, keep the lights out, sleep, generally have really radical dreams, but last time I don't think I had anything really shocking, or I would have talked about it. I'm just out here enjoying some crisp, clean air. There's a chill in the air, and the sky's kind of gray here in San Francisco on someone's porch steps. I just took a little seat here. Feeling kind of content with the day and in the mood where you just want to go with the flow. Another thing that I wanted to say is thank you for everyone that follows the IV treatments. I don't want to pinpoint fingers or have anyone get their feelings hurt, but I did want to give another shout out to Angelo, because he follows my videos and he interacts, and I told him last time he's like the second doctor on board, because if something isn't quite right, he'll point it out and make it right. So thank you very much, and thank you just to everyone that supports. I took my blood work last week, and I know I got some levels back that, like, my potassium was really bad, but that fluctuates on a moment-to-moment, day-to-day thing. And so if it was bad on Tuesday when I took the blood work, that doesn't mean it's going to be as low, but it made me a little apprehensive and cautious about if I want to talk about my blood work results on here, because when you put yourself out there, people are going to react. And I may not always be so stable to handle the reactions. And sometimes people just really feel the need to make comments or butt into business. But then what do I expect when I put myself out there? So it's either stop the documents to stop the reactions, or basically just monitor and walk on eggshells in relation to stability and emotional needs and boundaries and what I feel I can handle and stuff. So I was thinking on the way over, you don't see a lot of people just documenting this personal thing of their life and their health and just sharing it with the world. And I really am appreciative for those who are grateful and acknowledge that I am sharing something personal. And there are people on here that won't even show their face on cam, let alone talk about their health. You go to the accounts, and they're blank accounts, no user pic, no videos, no nothing, no information, people in hiding for whatever reason. And then there's some people there that are like me and are just very out and open about things. you know, but when you put yourself out there, you're going to get reactions, and I got to accept that and acknowledge that, and then work around with what I feel I can handle. So I don't know if I'm going to talk about the blood work results. I don't want to worry anyone if I don't know all the levels. They may be good, they may be bad. I know the potassium wasn't so well, but I also know that that's been a chronic thing, and I deal with chronic hypokalemia, so it's nothing new. But I'm going to get in because I got to get in there. Lots of love, hugs, kisses, and just gratitude for the support. Goodbye. Alright, so I decided I would share some of my test results with you guys to give you a comparison of how things have changed from August
18th, 09.
August 18th, 2009, and after 14 treatments on February 16th, this was charted, so this is how things have changed. I'll just point it out here. You guys can't read it, but the doctor is going to read off what has significantly changed.
Some of the significant changes are your total protein has increased from 5.8 to 6.8, which is steadily increased, which is mostly what the amino acids are. It's the building blocks for proteins.
And in the middle it was 6.4 on December 11th, so that's
right.
Good.
And it started out at 5.8, so it's going up. The albumin, which is also your levels of protein, is remaining at the same level, so it's not decreased. It started out lower. It's remaining at the same level.
Okay, so it started at 2.9, you guys, and it has gone up and remained at 3.1.
Which is still low, but it's at least going up.
Okay.
Which I see as a benefit. Your folate has increased. Your hematocrit has increased.
What's hematocrit?
That is,
it has to do with the blood, but they might know that.
Right,
they might
the
not
red
know
blood
that.
cells, yep.
Okay.
So we're looking at, the things that are remaining low is the potassium and the all of the electrolytes, which are very much on a daily basis according to the purging levels and not. And so those are the things that we're not able to affect as much because it's much more of a daily kind of interaction.
and I have mentioned to them that I have chronic hypokalemia, so that really is not
right. And that's not one thing we're trying to affect. The main thing we're trying to affect is the weight loss and giving you those building blocks, especially with the amino acids for your brain function as well.
Yeah.
That's where it's really important.
So you guys, what she's saying is that we're not focusing the treatments on increasing the potassium per se. Yes, that would be nice, but the electrolytes are at constant shift since I deal with bulimia nervosa, and there's purging involved, which throws everything off balance. So I could come, get an IV, get potassium, throw up, and knock everything off track by later that night. So
right, there is potassium in here, but just not at high levels.
Just in case anyone wants to know, I guess I'll just share this. The levels were at 2.6, which is very chronically low and of concern. Generally, people are in IV getting potassium drips at that. It has been lower than that, though, and the levels it should be are 3.5, and then it says up to 5.1.
Yep.
So 3.5 would be the lowest possible it should be. Mine was 2.6 last time. It has been lower than that in the past.
And it's been high, too. It's been
and it has been higher. Like with IV treatments, it's gone up to 3.5, 3.2, and now it's just at 2.6, but that doesn't mean I can't get it back up. I just have to monitor what's going on. And I will admit, I freaked out about the blood work, and I threw up before. And I had a feeling. And then I took my potassium and I ate, but it hadn't gotten enough time to digest.
Right.
Because that's happened before in the past, and I took coconut water and avocado, and it went up, and the test came out fine, but this food had digested. So that day I was stressed out, and I did have a slip in the morning.
That's going to affect
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.